What would your life look like if you were surrounded by the people you actually wanted to be around? This video is going to show you how you can choose your friends using 3 powerful questions. Hello, and welcome back to Reality Switch Coaching. My name is Joohong, and I am your authentic reality architect and master NLP practitioner. So throughout my life, I had a hard time fitting in, and I really didn't have a vision or even a thought of what exactly I wanted in friends. Thankfully, after I met my wife, I realized that I could actually be myself and someone would actually want to be around me. With this new superpower, I was able to actually now focus on the relationships that I actually wanted to keep around. Before we jump into the content, I want to just make sure that you understand that the questions I'm about to ask you, they're meant to be thought-provoking questions. So if you need to pause the video and kind of think on things a little bit, that's totally fine. Or if you actually also want to just even come back to the video at a later time and just kind of go through the questions again in your head, that's also cool as well. And without further ado, let's jump into our darkness and shine your light. So for the first question, what do you value in a friendship? Like I said earlier, I didn't know what I wanted in a friend. All I knew was, well, this is what society has kind of taught me what a good friend could be, but I never actually sat down to think, what do I, Joohong, actually want in a friendship? So in order to answer this question, I would highly recommend doing actually some values work. I actually have a video, which I'm going to put the card right over here, and you can click on that video and it'll actually go into detail on how to build a values list. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to just come up with 5 words that describe what is the most important to you in a friendship. Make sure that you're being honest with yourself. Again, we've taken on so many values and things from society, from our friends, our families. And so you really need to make sure that whatever it is that you're putting on there, that all of those things are what's important to you about friendship. Also remember that your values can change, and most likely they will. Over time, you're going to learn different things, become a different person. Your values on friendship are going to change. This is just the way things are. These are just what are your values on friendship right now in this moment. And as I always say, once you have your values list, making decisions becomes so much easier because all you have to do when deciding on which friends you want to keep around or which friends that you actually want to make, all you have to do is go through your values list and make sure that they hit all of your values. And again, even that part is really up to you, because if there's a value that you're kind of like, well, it would be okay if maybe they didn't hit this one because they have all of these other ones. How you actually implement your values list is up to you. I would say just at least knowing what you value in a friendship is already going to put you miles ahead of yourself and others when it comes to deciding and choosing which friends you actually want. So now that you have your values, we're going to go to question number 2. What kinds of people have the same values that you do when it comes to friendship? Honestly, it'll be a little bit hard to find your friends when you don't even know where to look, where they might be actually waiting for you in the end. And maybe you're saying to yourself, well, I don't know. I know you don't know. But if you did know and you had to make just an educated guess, where would those people be? And what would they look like? Where do they hang out? What hobbies do they have? And I'm gonna kind of throw in these last 2 questions just because I feel like having a good friend means having someone who's gonna be able to actually challenge your worldview a little bit when they feel like you might be siloing yourself or being a little bit closed-minded. So these next 2 questions, just to kind of keep in mind. So how do these friends challenge your worldview? In a healthy way, obviously. They shouldn't always every second of every time of every conversation be like, well, I mean, are you sure? Well, maybe you shouldn't do that. But just in some moments where you might be kind of siloing yourself a little bit, they should be able to challenge your worldview just enough, just to kind of shake things up a little bit and just keep you open. And how do these friends support you? In a way where they can actually give you feedback in a healthy way. So that way, in case you do maybe make a mistake or they feel like, hey, maybe that thing you said or the thing you posted, maybe it could have been a little bit better. How do they give you that feedback in a way that allows you to feel less defensive and really open to what their thoughts are and how you can be a better person. So before we get into the last question, just always, if you're enjoying this content, make sure that you like, subscribe, also click that bell to get that notification when we post new videos. We post 2 videos every week, one on Thursday and one on Saturday. And if you really enjoy this content, we really want to make sure that you never miss out on anything. Also, make sure that you're commenting below with any thoughts you have on the content that we're covering in the video. And also, if there's any topics that you actually want me to go over, so that way I can help you shine your light in your darkness. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into the video. So now that we know what your values are when it comes to friendship, and also where we can be looking for these friends that are waiting for us, our third question: what is stopping you from having these friends now? It's important to note that when you ask yourself this question, you're really looking at things that you're putting in your own way. So you're not going to be, well, they just always miss out on me, or, well, I do try to make friends, but then people just ignore me. That's all stuff outside of yourself. What you want to focus on are the things that you're actually putting in your own way, the obstacles you're putting in your own way that's stopping you from having the friends that you actually want to have now. Some examples of this could be decisions on maybe if your friends normally hang out at, I don't know, some club that's in the area, those are the kinds of friends you want, then your decision to not go out to those clubs and instead avoid them would be something that, okay, maybe I should change this up. Maybe I should go to those clubs. If it's, I want friends who actually read books all the time. Cool, great. Then maybe going to the library or joining some book reading clubs would be the decision that you need to make that maybe you're not making now. So just kind of think of what are those decisions that you're making that are stopping you from getting to where your friends are waiting for you. Also, another thing you could do, just talk to the friends you have now. Maybe if you want to start a YouTube channel and you already have a group of friends that is pretty supportive, and maybe it hurts you when they kind of joke about, well, there's no way you're gonna make it and all that stuff, and maybe they're joking about it, and you decide, well, one of the values I want is I want supportive friends. Then just talk with them. Hey, like, I'm doing this thing, can you help me out? Or, you know, I want to kind of change things where maybe you guys don't make fun of me and we actually do more supportive things like watching my video and giving me comments, or watching my videos and giving me feedback, those kinds of things. I also just really want to quickly note, my friends have been very supportive, actually. While I use a real life example of like starting the YouTube channel, just, you know, if my friends are watching, I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. It has been amazing. We have been on an amazing journey. That's it. Personally, I feel like setting clear expectations with anyone for anything is always a good idea. If you do that, then I would say you can do that with your current friends. You can also do that with friends that maybe you're just about to make. But setting those clear expectations for communications, your values in friendship, I think can just help make sure that you're getting into friendships that are going to serve you in a way that you want, while also letting other people know what your expectations are in the friendship. What I would not do, and I would advise against, is to show up with like, all right, here's my list of things I wanted on a friendship. You know, these things should just kind of come up maybe naturally, but you know, at the end of the day, your journey is yours. If you want to try the list, please put it in the comments below. I would be interested to see actually people enjoyed or actually thought that approach worked, and it would be interesting. I would love to know. Also, I want to make sure that we talk about the fact that while we're talking about, you know, potentially leaving friends behind, finding new friends, that it's important to remember people come into your life for a reason, right? And it could be for a long time. It can be for a short time. Maybe you needed these friends now to get you to where you are. It's okay to say goodbye to old friendships. I mean, I still keep a lot of my old friendships anyways, just because sometimes maybe I need that energy, or I just need to like unwind and, you know, not think about things, play video games, right? And so your friendship circles, even though that your focuses might change, you can still hold on to those old friendships because you never know when you might need that energy. So I would say respect your journey and it will respect you. And as long as you choose which friendships you want to grow or develop or to make, as long as you do that work intentionally, you're always going to surround yourself with people who you need in that moment. Make sure you click on this video to check it out. And I'm also going to leave a list with links to a bunch of books that truly helped me on my journey in discovering myself and embracing myself. I'm going to put that in the description as well. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and always stay in your excellence.